Hey guys, it is Saturday morning at 9:30. I've procrastinated my long run for a little while. Currently eating my second breakfast of toast with coconut spread and Marmite, which is a New Zealand thing. But yeah, gonna get out before too long, hopefully, and put down 20 to 25 miles up in the hills, so probably 4,000 to 6,000 feet of gain. And yeah, should be good. Took yesterday off kind of randomly. I just wasn't feeling very good, and my Achilles was a little bit sorer than normal. And then was hoping to be fresh for today. So, see what we can get done. All right, I made my food for the run, consisting of tortillas with some peanut butter and a few chocolate chips. Pretty primitive, but that's how we do it in the ultra running world. All right, I've got 2 liters of water in the front. I've got 2 liters of water in the back. A little bit of food. I've got a jacket and a base layer just in case the weather turns, which it does sometimes in New Zealand. And I'll take my phone just for emergencies, and then this camera. And then should be more than enough for 5 or 6 hours. Let's go hopefully run a marathon, eh? All right, we're on the first climb of the day. We've got about 5 to do. First one is up to Signal Hill from about 0 to 1,000 feet. And then we drop a little bit and then go up to the top of the paddocks. Okay, so once we get to the top of the paddocks, then we drop all the way down to about 300 feet and then climb up to about 2,000. That's Mount Cargill. Once we're there, drop down to about 800, climb up to Swampy, which is about 2,000, and then one last push to Flagstaff, and then we head down. All right, Signal Hill is done. On to the next one. All right, we're headed up to the second hill now at about 3.5 miles and probably 1,200 feet of climbing. Headed on up. Thanks for this. Now in the Cargill area, headed for the third peak. Got about 1,500 feet to climb. I'm going the right way. Summit. Oh. New Zealand. It's very painful. Alright, made it. Whew. 9 miles and probably 3,000 feet climb. Just have to figure out where to go next. Well, this is the sort of shit I'm on right now. This is actually a nicer part. So, I've never been on these trails. I'm sure I'm going approximately the right direction, but I don't really know what to expect. Now we're on the road part. I hate roads, I hate cars, but not too far from the end. Only at about 15 miles, but the trails have been kind of gnarly, so when I get to 18, which should be about the end, that's chill. I'm good with that. Already at 3 hours and 2 minutes. Cat. What's up, dude? Hey. Come on. Hey, buddy. Come say hi. I just want to pet ya. Hey. Aw. Hey, good kitty. Alright, I made a friend. Oh. Dude. I can't just stay here and pet you all day. Bye, little guy. Alright, that cat put a dent in my average pace, but average pace is trash anyway in this run, so whatever. Alright, I'm done. I think that was about 18 and a half or 19 miles. My watch said about 18.1, but it's always short and Strava always corrects it. It was alright. I felt better towards the end, actually. I was moving pretty well. But all in all, not too great today. A little bit of aches and pains in my lower legs. Got to do some work on my Achilles for sure. But, you know, got it done. Wasn't quite as long as I was hoping, but still good. About to recover with a master smoothie. So I've got, here's the smoothie here. I've got some coconut milk. I've got 2 bananas, some frozen fruit, some kale, a ton of peanut butter, a little bit of protein powder, and that should be it. So blend it up and get some recovery and do some stretching and whatnot. And I will see you guys next time. Hey guys, so I just want to rant for a second about something that I noticed. I was just editing this video, and it was obvious to me watching that there were times where I didn't look super happy, and there were times in that run where I wasn't that stoked to be out there despite the fact that it was a beautiful day, and all that sort of stuff. A lot of that I think had to do with the fact that I was just a little bit stressed out because I was on new trails, and the backcountry of New Zealand, which I only spent a few miles in what I would consider the backcountry, but some of those areas are quite gnarly and the weather can change quickly and you just don't want to get lost. So some of it I was a little bit stressed out and the trail was a little bit unfamiliar. But this last week too has been a little bit of a struggle for me. I still ended up doing about 60 miles, which doesn't sound like that much, but I've also done around 13,000 feet of climbing this week. And the last 4 weeks actually have all been over 60 miles and between 11 and 14,000 feet of climbing. So quite a bit factoring in the climbing and that sort of thing. Certainly there are definitely times where I've felt a little bit burned out or like I'm not super into it, but I've actually been reading this book by David and Megan Roach, who are very popular coaches, called The Happy Runner. It's a book that I want to make a full video about at some point because I love them and I love their philosophy, even though I've never met them. But it just reminds you that you don't run because you have to or because you're driven by results. You run because you love the process of it all. And at the end of the day, even though sometimes it's not easy to get out the door, it's almost always worth it in the end. So yeah, I just wanted to make that quick note. Definitely, in general, I love what I'm doing, and even though there are some moments where I'm not super stoked, it's definitely majority positive. So yeah, so that's my spiel, and thanks.